The buy box is essential for getting sales on Amazon.com. What's going on, guys? My name's Kyle, and today's video is going to be about the buy box on Amazon.com and why it's so essential for you to have it when you're selling on Amazon, and how to go about getting the buy box to improve your sales. So the buy box is essentially the box on the right-hand side of Amazon pages that has the little gold button. It says add to cart, and it's the easiest way for consumers to add products to their cart. Now, for a lot of products, there's multiple people selling the product, and even if you're private labeling your product, sometimes you can have issues with the buy box because other people will try to resell your own product, and if you're not private labeling properly, or even if you are, you can run into issues with that. And people stealing the buy box from you and essentially ruining your sales until you can get your buy box back. The majority of sales happen to or are given to the sellers that have the buy box because of how easy it is for consumers to use. And there's a number of factors that go into who can get the buy box. So there's kind of a couple different ways to be eligible for the buy box. You have to have a pro seller account usually through Amazon to get the buy box, which is a subscription based service to be selling on Amazon. Rather than paying more per unit you're selling out, you have the professional service or professional account with Amazon. But beyond that, there's other things that are more important. So a lot of times people will sell on Amazon and utilize their fulfillment by Amazon or FBA services, which means that they are sending their inventory to Amazon, and then Amazon takes care of fulfilling it, meaning sending it out to customers, and then the customers get, if they have Amazon Prime, they get free 2-day shipping. So that helps a lot for your account metrics, because all of your shipments are going to be on time and they have really quick deliveries, and you don't have to worry about delivering it at a certain time because they're immediately sent out. So that's why so many people use FBA, is because it helps your account so much, and then it keeps people happy as customers because it's a lot easier for them to receive their products on time, and then it's just more attractive to them because they get free shipping. So with Amazon Prime on your product that you're selling, you're able to beat out other sellers that aren't fulfilling with Amazon. So for instance, if someone's selling the exact same product at the exact same price as you, but they're fulfilling it themselves and you're fulfilling through Amazon, you'll get the buy box, and therefore you'll get most of the sales because of that, versus them, even though they have the same price, or sometimes they could even have a lower price than you, but they're not going to get the buy box because you're fulfilling with Amazon, and they're confident that you'll do better as far as seller metrics go and delivering on time and stuff, because they're taking care of it for you. So there's less variables at hand. Now, when you are selling through Amazon and getting the buy box, you have to have a new product. So if you're selling used products through retail arbitrage or other things that you have lying around your house that you're selling, you can't get the buy box if you're selling a used item, or at least it's not going to be as prevalent on the page. You can click through to the used products, but it's a little bit more difficult. I'll throw up a little picture right now just showing the different ways that it looks like for the buy box. But so you have the original buy new, add to cart, and it's like that giant yellow button. So people are a lot more apt to purchase that product because it's so giant. And I mean, most people don't even know you can purchase the product from other sellers. They just think that's the only way you can buy it. So as you can see below that, there's a little buy used, and you can click that little dot next to buy used, and that'll bring up the used products. So that's why it's more difficult to sell used products, is because it's not as obvious how to buy it on the Amazon page. And then below that, they even have the other sellers that are selling the exact same product, but they don't have the buy box for whatever reason. It could be because it's more expensive, or they're not fulfilling with Amazon, or whatever other reason. For this one, it looks like they're the exact same price, but like I was saying before, even though it has free shipping, it's fulfilled by merchant, not fulfilled by Amazon. And so they are, it's hard. They won't qualify for the buy box. If everyone's fulfilling by merchant, then what happens is whoever's account has better seller metrics will get the buy box, because Amazon wants to provide a good service to their customers, so they want to make sure that whoever has like the best track record for selling is going to get the buy box. Okay. Now, if you're not in the buy box, then you have to go to the offer listing page, which basically is when you click on underneath the product, you can click on, there's 30 used and 5 new at these prices. You click on that link and it brings up the full offers page, and it shows every offer that is currently for that product. And this is how, if you don't have the buy box, people would have to buy your product, and it's more clicks, it's more difficult. So that's why it's so important to have the buy box, because a lot of people won't even go to this page. They're just going to click the easiest one that's there, and usually that's the best offer for them. So it makes sense for them to do that. It doesn't make sense to go look at other offers that are just going to be more expensive for the same product. So usually the price is the biggest factor, and the price takes into account the shipping cost and the base price that you listed the product for. So if you have a product listed for $10 and then you also have $10 for shipping, that won't get the buy box compared to someone that has a product with free shipping and $18, because of the $2 difference. Because the $18 one's less than $20, it will get the buy box. So the fulfillment method is really important for getting the buy box. Fulfilling by Amazon is definitely the best way to do that. The overall price, like I just talked about, is important. And then also the shipping time. So if you're fulfilling by merchant, it's really important to send out your products as quick as possible, because Amazon tracks how quickly you're doing that, and then how quickly or how long it takes for the product to get to the customer. If you're fulfilling using Amazon services, its shipping time is always really quick, and they deliver, or they send out the products that same day usually, or within 24 hours at least. So the shipping time is really important. If you're fulfilling by Amazon, that's kind of a factor that you don't have to worry about, because they take care of it for you. Other factors that are important are like the order defect rate, having late shipments, delivery time, feedback scores on your seller account from people. That's also important. And a couple other things, but it's basically just the overall price, shipping time, using Amazon FBA, and yeah, those are probably the top 3 factors for getting the buy box. And then once you have the buy box, in order to maintain that, you just kind of have to monitor it and look what other people are doing, and as far as what their prices are and other things like that. Now, if you can't go down in price, a lot of times it makes more sense to keep the same price, but then use fulfilling by Amazon services, which I would always recommend if you're selling on Amazon, whether it be you're selling used items or you're selling a private labeled product. It just makes a lot more sense to use their services. They have cheap shipping rates, and it can be difficult to compete really with what they offer. So it's a really great service. Highly recommend it. That's pretty much all I use. And then when you do that, you get a better chance at getting the buy box and then getting those sales. Now, if you have a privately labeled product, meaning that it's your own brand and you have a bunch of units that you ordered or outsourced, usually from China, it's important to monitor your listing to see if other people are selling your product, because if you private labeled properly, they're not allowed to sell at least new products on your listing. So as long as you have your branding on it, you can contact Amazon as far as removing them from the listing and ensuring that you have the buy box, because if they do try to sell on your listing, it can really ruin your sales. Now, if you're not private labeling properly, meaning that it's not evident that it's even a privately labeled product and it looks kind of generic, then people can get away with using your listing and then just beating you out on price, assuming that they're using FBA, as are you. And then if they just lower the price, they're getting all the sales, and that can really ruin your private label product profits and revenue and just sales in general. So it's really important to make sure that you're private labeling properly. That way you don't have to worry about the buy box as much, because you're the only seller. But regardless, it's really important to at least understand why they have the buy box over you, and then for the time being, maybe you can adjust your pricing or other things just to get the buy box back and get those sales coming in. I hope this video helps you guys out with understanding the buy box and how all that works. Make sure to subscribe down below for more content like this with Amazon FBA and advertising and other stuff like that. And I'll see you guys in the next video.